We love you deeply, dear one, and as always, we are grateful for your willingness to have these conversations with us. We know that you are going through your own, shall we call them, struggles of meaning. We know you are going through your own questionings in life, and this is perfectly fine and as it should be. Life is not the one or the other. There is no place to get to. There is no right and wrong way to be alive. There is just one set of struggles and challenges after the other, one set of working at things and then another, one set of things to solve and find solutions for, and then another. During these challenges, problem solving experiences you're having, you have varying states of emotional well being and experience as well as physical. And you keep on aiming to have more experiences of emotional and physical well being than less. But it does not mean you have done wrong, or you're off the path, or you are in the wrong place when you are having less experiences of emotional or physical well being. It just means at that moment in time, those are your problems to solve, your puzzles to figure out, your challenges to resolve. And that is perfectly fine, exactly as life needs to be. But when you think that these things are wrong, that you have been wrong, that you've made mistakes, that you should not be here, when you are experiencing these physical and emotional states of not joy, not optimal, not pleasure, then you won't look at them. Then you won't hear them, then you won't see what they need or what they're asking for, or what the beautiful, exciting puzzle is here for you to engage with in. This is a big mindset shift for the whole of humanity that will change everything. A more accommodating, accepting, loving attitude towards self, towards life's struggles is necessary for humanity at this time in order to move forward towards there where you have wished to move forward to. A place of accepting that life is filled with struggles, painful experiences, unpleasantness is the only way to become fully alive. And becoming fully alive is the only way to thrive. Thriving being an abundance of God's love, light, life energy, God's love, light, life force energy flowing through you and through your system. Accepting that life is filled with challenges, and these are yours at this moment, whatever they are, as you will always have one, is the fastest shortcut to tapping into that which makes life meaningful, and that is an abundant flow of God's source life force energy through your system. That is it. That is the bottom line answer of life. What is the purpose of life? Hmm. What makes life meaningful? An abundance of God's source life force energy flowing through your system. And of course, because all systems are different, what that means, what generates that, what triggers that is different for everyone. And then the joy starts, the pleasure in being alive, the figuring out What is it and what is it not? If you are ever looking for reward or punishment system, which is so the wrong words to use ever, it would be more or less of this force flowing through you. But it's not a punishment. It's just a feedback system. Yeah, this thing is for you, this thing triggers your system, this thing brings your system alive, or no, it doesn't. And of course, it lies in places where you wouldn't expect, or might not think it can be, or you might not approve of. And so deconditioning, unprogramming what is acceptable, what is not, what you're allowed to, what you're not. Becoming more free and free and free in what you embrace and what you allow for yourself is required for all of humanity in order to tap in more deeply and deeply and deeply into this new way of thinking. If you're feeling unhappy, if you're feeling a lack of energy, if you're feeling anxiety and fear, if you're feeling what you human beings love to call stuck, if you are feeling empty, you are busy with a puzzle. And that is perfectly fine and beautiful. If you could actually say those words to yourself, what I'm feeling now is perfectly fine and beautiful, and know that this does not mean that you are now cementing this state of being into your life forever, but in actual fact you're opening the door to allow more light, life force energy to flow into your system by saying those words. You would have the first powerful cheat tip in order to kickstart your life alive. These are not, oh, what should I do in order to get enough money so that I can start my own business? Oh, what should I do in order to find a romantic partner to spend the rest of my life with? And then your mind tries to figure out what are the steps and why those steps aren't possible. How's that for a very powerful way to disconnect yourself from this love, light, life force energy? That's your mind's job. Unfortunately, your ego's job. Keep you alive. And often in keeping you alive, it doesn't realize. It is cutting you off from this deep nourishment. That is actually the one thing that your system craves. So now, treat number one is to say out loud to yourself, this thing, this experience, physical, internally, externally, emotionally, whatever it might be, this thing is perfect and beautiful right now. And that is it. And then you go on with your day. The second cheat, the second tip is to have a list written, if that's the only way you can remind yourself, of things that usually helps you to tap into, even if it's just for a short moment, that feeling of God, source, love, light, life force energy. It might be meditation, it might be an exercise routine, it might be listening to specific music, it might be going for a walk next to the ocean, or in a field, or in nature, or around the block. It might be eating specific food. It might not be stopping to eat specific food. It might be going to bed early. It might be staying up late to write in your journal all the thoughts that you have been gathering. It might be drawing a picture. It might be dancing. It might be coffee with friends. It might be spending time in solitude. There will be specific things, dear one, depending on your specific energy system design. There will be specific things, dear one, unique to you, that will always, in all circumstances, assist to tap you back into at least some flow of God, source, love, light energy. Every single one of you human beings, every single one of you will have things that you know already give you that feeling. And we can promise you none of them for anyone includes being on your phone and scrolling through social media. What that gives you is a hit of sugar, like eating candy floss. Makes you feel good for a very short while and then makes you feel horrible afterwards. That's not what we're talking about. What happens when you sit and scroll on social media is you are at least quiet and present with yourself. You are not trying, you do something which you feel is for yourself. You are not forcing yourself out in the world to do things for others or do things because you're supposed to against your will. Even sometimes a little bit of an act of rebellion when you have other commitments. But it is a huge energy seep. It takes away your freedom because you are not free when you keep on looking at things being served to you that others decide you should watch. And it takes that connection to your God, source, love, light, life force energy. And it drains it out. Like poking holes in a bucket. Like an app on your cell phone that just eats the battery. No matter how much you charge it, you just can't get ahead. That's not what we recommend. So this takes power, it takes presence, it takes bravery, it takes observation, it takes commitment over and over and over again to your own aliveness. Forget happiness, forget abundance, forget money, forget love. Use, if you wish, to say yes to this invitation. Use aliveness as your one guide and goal. Be vigilant in being aware of what in your life makes you feel more alive, brings you more aliveness energy, and when and where you don't, what takes it away. Remember, yet again, when you don't feel alive, this is not punishment. You're not doing anything wrong. You just happen in that moment to sit with the puzzle of how to allow more love, life, light source, love, light, life force energy into your life and into your system. That is all. That is all. The more you become aware of this, the more you surround yourself with people to whom this is important as well. The more you surround yourself with people whose main aim in life is aliveness, being connected to life itself and not whatever else human beings are free to choose. Anything and everything that drives you, you are free to choose. So you have to allow yourself, first of all, to know that you are free and allowed to choose aliveness. The experience of God's source, love, light, life force, energy flooding through your system on a regular basis. Feeling your own energy system filled up with this experience, this energy, this being alive. You have to know for yourself that you are free to choose it, and it is a very valid, allowed way to live your life. A very, very valid way of living life. You will not die of hunger if you do this. You will not raise bratty children if you do this. You might lose your job if your job does not feed your energy system. You might lose your marriage if your marriage does not feed your energy system. But most likely you will not, because you will now have different ways of feeding your energy and not expect your job to give all of it to you when it was never designed to. Not expect your marriage to give all of it to you when it was never designed to. Not expect your children to be perfect and beautiful and achieve highly so that you can feed your energy system when they were never designed to. You take control of your own energy as one of the most serious things in your life. The way human beings have been trying to take control of their money, you take control of your energy. And that energy is more just than the feeling of feeling tired or feeling like you are able to do some physical task. It's a different kind of energy. It's related to that, but it runs much deeper. You will know the more you tap into this big source of aliveness. You will become very good at recognizing it and knowing what gives it to you and what doesn't. Just like with a house plant, you can see it clearly start to wilt, its leaves hanging, colors starting to change when it hasn't received enough water. You will learn to recognize the subtle signs of it being time for you to tap back into your own connection to your own aliveness. What life looks like then is secondary. What life feels like then is beautiful. And where you go with this becomes a dance, a conversation, a partnership between you and your aliveness. Oh, so many stories of obligation and shoulds and musts and have to and for others and what would they do without me that you are going to have to let go of along the way. So many. But the more you recommit yourself clearly as a devotion over and over again to your own aliveness, the more you would realize that the world is actually perfectly fine without your feelings of obligation. And the world benefits so much more from a you that is fully alive. And if you hear this, this is available to you. And we will provide you still with many, many tools to help you to go deeper and deeper and deeper into this. We are so grateful that you have opened yourself up and made yourself willing to receive this. As always, we love you deeply, and we are there with you always. And so it is.